Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube, folks. We are just going to wait for some peeps here to trickle on in. So let me know in the comment section if you are here, or the live chat rather. Bear with me 1 second while we get this stream up and running. It's been a quick minute since I have been live or anything. Okay, it looks like everything is going through. Perfect. So it's been a quick minute since I have been online. I have been living it up in the remote wilderness since July 15th. Really, it's been great. I was up in the Boundary Waters, which is up by the Canadian Minnesota border, and I was actually about a mile away from the border. So, what's up, Solstice? Thanks for tuning in. I see we got some people kind of trickling back in. We got Conan in the house. Thanks, guys, for being here tonight. I was just kind of telling everybody about my little adventure into the North Woods here before we get into everything. Like I was saying, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. I've been spending like the last 10 days up in the wilderness, right? My view for the last week out in the wild, no cell service, whatever. So this was a shot I took from my drone. My cabin was directly underneath this. It was like a killer view. Over here, there was like some old resort that had burned down that Al Capone used to frequent. And this is where I was catching like northern pike and lake trout and stuff like that. Let the good old dogs swim around. This lake actually connects to this lake on the other side of this hill. It was great. I spent 10 days up in the woods. Some friends of ours own some properties on this lake right next to each other. In fact, the house I stayed in slept 16 people. And it was just my family, just the three of us, my wife and my daughter. So that was cool to have the whole place to ourselves, off grid, everything solar, even the freezer and the refrigerator ran off propane. We did have some satellite internet that the neighbors had. So I was able to kind of respond to text messages and barely check my accounts and whatnot. So that's where I've been, folks. I haven't gone anywhere. I just went outside for like 2 weeks or something. So what's up to everybody in the chats? We've got Elizabeth, Allen, Chris, King Crimson, Tales from the Crypto. I like that. Tales from the Crypto. Let's see. We got, So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I had to hit up Crypto Airborne when I got out of the woods because all of this stuff happened with the markets. And so I hit up Crypto Airborne as soon as I got cell phone service. I said, please, what did I miss? And he was telling me about the Voyager thing, the Elon Musk dumping Bitcoin thing, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to kind of be talking about all that stuff. Then we're going to kind of be talking about the whole Bitcoin, price action. We're going to be talking about all your favorite altcoins. So if you stick around long enough, we'll get to the charts. You can drop whatever crypto you want, and I will do my best to provide you non-financial advice TA on command. So let me go ahead here and share the screen. We are going to look at the crypto bubbles. This is another thing that I'm stealing up from Crypto Airborne because he likes to bring this up. But it's a great visual of the entire market as a whole. We can see CRV, FTM are down significantly. Internet Computer down 5%. We're only looking at the top 100 coins. General sentiment is down. That's no surprise to anybody. We had a very nice pump over the last week or so. I was happy to see. I hope everyone took some profits as well. So yeah, that's it for the markets here. Now, one thing I just kind of wanted to talk about here was really this Voyager rejection of the FTX buyout. It's this to me, it's it is what it is. beggars can't really be choosers. As much as I hate FTX, the organization, the leadership behind it, I mean, this kind of seems like a little bit of a publicity stunt on their behalf, maybe in an effort to try to have users put pressure on Voyager to try to sell for lesser value than they would. Sam Bankman says Voyager lost customer assets, but it still has the majority left. Why haven't those been to return to customers yet? Sad facts from a bankruptcy process. Now, this is kind of one of these gaslighting tweets. So this guy is a phenomenal businessman, to say the least. I don't think anybody's denying that whatsoever. But when we start to see these gaslighting posts like this, it is what it is. And to be honest with you guys, I found this little release from Patrick Ackerman. So shout out to him for dumping this on Twitter. And really, when I was kind of looking at like the response Voyager and their attorneys had towards FTX, I thought it was very unprofessional. I thought it lacked a cordial response that's needed. Really, in a way, this was some sort of olive branch. And typically, what kind of gets me worked up about this, because I'm a businessman, right? I've brokered everything you could ever imagine, diamonds from East Asia to Africa to the biggest diamond districts in the world. I've been there, done that. Uh, and when we start to see offers and stuff being thrown out on the table, one thing that I would do right away would be to make a counter offer, right? So instead of just kind of lashing out like Voyager and the lawyers did, to me, I thought that was kind of in bad taste. Really, olive branch is out. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. I don't necessarily like the deal that Sam Bankman had put out there, but hey, it's a start. You can always negotiate. And I really felt that response hindered that potential future negotiation process. So it is what it is. Uh, Really, when it comes down to this, FTX was trying to really liquidate Celsius, and it just kind of trickled over to Three Arrows Capital, which trickled over to Voyager losing their money. So in all reality, it's kind of like FTX created this situation and a bunch of other shady people. Another article, folks, I found that it was kind of interesting to me. Chipotle courts the gullible with a crypto game. Now, this article is from The Verge, and really, the title of it just rubs me the wrong way. So they're calling people, The Verge is calling people that are into crypto gullible with a crypto game. If their food was that good, why would they need to give away Bitcoin? Oh my gosh, people. Oh man, I really hope The Verge doesn't get into crypto in the future, and I hope they miss the boat. But it's just, you see articles like this, and shame on whoever the author is. I'm not even going to read the rest of it, but this is general sentiment, I feel like, for the majority of people, and we are still so early. And I would love to see the results of this crypto game that Chipotle has set forth. So let me know in the comment section. Do you guys like this wider screen, or do you guys like it when I zoom it all in on my face? Oh my gosh! Sorry for those that are wearing headphones. I just completely smoked my mic. So let's get into the juice here, right? Because everybody wants that TA, and here we go. Here we go. Oh man, come on. Of course, there we go. So here we go. So we got Bitcoin, right? We're going to just start off with Bitcoin, and then we're just going to kind of look back at some of this, the comments and things like that. I'm getting some people that saying they like the widescreen look. Okay, cool. Really, when we're looking at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, we're at 21,700 ish, somewhere in there. I'm sitting a lot of cash on the sidelines right now. Personally, I'm about half in, half out, if that makes sense. In reality, I'm still kind of waiting if we are going to see really one of three things happen here. And the biggest thing that I'm kind of looking for is maybe some sort of inverse head and shoulders like this, or we might be seeing an inverse shoulders, head and shoulders, something like this occur. Or I'm thinking that we might be seeing this corrective wave make another move to the downside. So when we start to look at these potential, uh, you know, avenues that price action could take here, boy, oh boy, I really do think that Bitcoin is sitting on a ledge right now. And really, if we look at historical examples on the weekly chart, let's go back to this 2017-ish bull run, stuff like that. Here we've got the 50 moving average. Once this thing started arcing downwards, it was like prices fell off a cliff. And really, we're still kind of in this area where there could be plenty of room for prices to kind of fall off this cliff. In fact, I do think that what we are seeing here is some sort of a symmetrical triangle that is forming. I do think that within the next few weeks, let's just switch over to a daily chart. Within the next few weeks, we might be gearing up here to see Bitcoin really start kind of making a move, because price is squeezing. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about that. So I do think that for now, until the moves are made, we are going to see Bitcoin maybe trend right around this, somewhere in this, $19,800-ish level on the daily chart. If we can maintain a position above the 50 moving average, I think that 23.6, somewhere in there. Could it be a bull trap? Possibly. Nobody knows, including myself. But, with that said here, this is kind of one of these patterns that's just kind of wonky. There's kind of a little bit of a head and shoulders here. We've got a neckline. Head looks a little weird. Could argue that maybe there's a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders here. Again, there is a neckline to possibly support that theory. So this is just kind of one of these patterns where we just have to hurry up and wait. And that's why I've got a little bit of cash sitting on the side. Not financial or trading advice, but we have to kind of consider too, okay, where's this thing going to go if the bottom falls out? And then we're going to look at where's this thing going to go, or the market's going to go, if if we start rallying again. So let's just go ahead here and throw up, bear with me one second here, a little Fibonacci extension. So, if the markets start kind of rallying again, you could easily see this come right up to about the $29,600-ish level. It makes sense. This is where we had some support and resistance previously. And I'm not going to go any further than that, because we would need to break this $29,600-ish level. And really, let's play like the devil's advocate here and say, okay, well, if Bitcoin is about to fall off this ledge, well, where is it about to go? Well, let's check that out too. 12,720. Excuse me, I am so tongue-tied there. $12,729 at the 141. But a lot of traders will reverse their positions at the 127. But then again, a lot of traders will also buy the 161.8 or wait for it. I'm hoping we don't see a $4,600 Bitcoin. Really, it would be just like this coronavirus dip here. So if we saw this $12,729-ish level, well, it would be kind of in line with, this support and resistance level right in here. Maybe we come back down to this $12,729 level. Let's face it, folks. We are seeing resistance here at this 127 over here, but we are seeing multiple sources of support right around this $12,700 level. So, those are kind of the price points I'm looking at for Bitcoin right now. And we got this symmetrical triangle squeeze that's happening. I don't know if we're going to see some Elliott wave theory to the upside that's going to bring us up here. I don't know if we're going to gear up to see a head and shoulders pattern, something like this, to the downside. We just need to hold this $18,300-ish level. So now let's get into the comments section here. Crypto Airborne is in the house. We got Crypto is Good in the house. Check him out as well. He just started up a YouTube channel. I got to get you on here. Crypto is Good. He says shit's going down. And really, I tend to kind of agree with that. There's just this lack of community support. There's just a lack of support in crypto through the news, things like that. I don't think that this bear market is over yet. But let's do another thing here since we're here. Let's just go ahead here, and I'm going to throw up my Bitcoin investor tool. And really, when it comes to a good time to buy crypto, historically, it's been underneath this 730-day moving average, which is this green line here that I'm going to go ahead and beef up. Bear with me, folks. All right, so you guys can see this green line. This is the 730-day moving average. And previous historical cycles, every time Bitcoin has kind of fallen underneath this level, it's been a halfway decent time to buy. Obviously, this time's a little bit different, right? We are closing candles on the Bitcoin weekly chart below the 200 moving average. So, I mean, it's charting new territory. Let's see what else we got. Meta Owl Definity. We'll be checking that out here. So welcome, everybody. Look at Neo, of course. So bear with me. Fuse and Adam. Elizabeth. Yeah, it was sweet. It was so nice. Mosquitoes were a little bit rough around the edges, but this was absolutely a stunning trip, and I was there. So lucky to be there. But yeah, let's get back into things here. Just kind of looking here. Let's see here. Would be crazy if it dumped that far below the 200-week moving average for the first time. Yeah, there's always a time for the first time, right? So let's get into, bear with me here. Let's just get into, we're going to start this out with CKB. Really, CKB, I've been a big fan of CKB for a while. I like the team behind it. I like the idea behind what they're trying to do. Right now, we are seeing CKB just kind of still trading sideways for the last month. Let's look at this on a daily. Really, this thing's trying to make it through the Ichimoku cloud. So I'm hoping that we see CKB bounce above this Ichimoku cloud to the upside, because that would be so important for price action. If it does 0.00669-ish cent level to the downside, I don't want to see this thing going below 0.003-ish, somewhere in there, 0.0034-ish. I am still thinking that we might see some more downside to this market, though, just being honest here. And I think that because, just reiterating what I just said, the general sentiment of the crypto ecosystem is in a very bad state right now. The whole economy worldwide is in a very bad state, high inflation everywhere. We're starting to see, just all this Fed news and stuff like that. So, I am holding out for CKB to go lower. Really, I'm kind of eyeing up this like 0.0025 ish level. If we get to those levels or lower, this 0.0022 ish level, I'm going to load my bags up on this as well. I think it should do pretty decent in the future. Let's go ahead here and we will look at ICP next. ICP is my baby. What really irks me about this price action here is that we're seeing this very nice falling wedge that has happened, and it just kind of seems to be delaying itself over and over again. So I'm hoping that we can maintain this falling wedge at least for the time being. You know, throughout this crypto bear market. And I'm hoping that we can see ICP really roar and rage on. So if we look at this on a logarithmic scale, you can see that on the daily chart, we are looking to try to bounce off this 50-day moving average. And we almost made it through the Ichimoku cloud. The last time I was talking about ICP price action, things like that, I remember saying how hard it was going to be to make it through this thick part of the Ichimoku cloud, especially on the weekly chart, because this weekly chart, price action is so far away from this Ichimoku cloud that we got to see prices come up to at least $46 per ICP to even make it up above this Ichimoku cloud on the weekly, which ICP has never been above the cloud in its existence. But what I'm seeing right now is just this potential for a possible head and shoulders pattern. That's it. I'm seeing the potential here for a head and shoulders pattern to strip the market, maybe back down to this $5, $4.50 range or lower. I mean, it just is what it is. I guess one could make the argument that there could be some sort of inverse head and shoulders that is going to form here. You never know. We just don't know, folks. So we got to try to use our abilities to forward think, stuff like that. But for now, I would say that if you see ICP trading below $6, we might fall out of the symmetrical triangle that is kind of forming right now. We need this thing to pump up above $7.41, somewhere in that neighborhood, to get our price action on top of this Ichimoku cloud, et cetera, et cetera. So it is what it is, right? There's not a whole lot we can do about it, but just hurry up and wait and see. Unfortunately, the market is very much so trading sideways, and it has been for a while. Meta Owl says, what price did the early investors get in at? And there's two answers to this. I've heard a lot of like the very early investors got in around the $5-ish level. If I remember correctly, there was some even earlier VCs that got in for pennies on the dollar that probably made out very well. Let's see what we got here. We will go on to the next. Let's look at Voyager, man. And really, we should talk about this because I've been trying to warn people about Voyager and really this whole Metaform Labs thing that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And it was just the most bizarre thing that I've seen in a long time. And don't follow these people. It's an absolute joke. So they had this originally set up. So it was pump VGX July 18th. And now they've got this set up to pump VGX, this Twitter, or this title of their name, pump VGX July 29th. This is so crazy. And how many people are falling for this exit liquidity scam is what this is unreal. It's my opinion on that, not financial or trading advice, but this whole Metaforms Lab, I've been seeing a lot of Voyager people really gripping onto Metaform's lab. It's an absolute exit liquidity scam, in my own opinion. But you can see that they didn't pump the price of anything, folks. They didn't have any liquidity to pump this. I can guarantee you that. The reason why this thing pumped is because somebody was looking at the Ichimoku clouds. They saw Voyager trading so far down that they said, okay, this thing's gonna pump easy if we just throw out a little bit of garbage PR like that. And so price action just got too far away from the Ichimoku cloud, and it reacted back up to the 50 moving average. Now we're seeing Voyager in this symmetrical triangle that is forming. That's kind of crazy to see. This is technically a bull flag, or excuse me, a bull pennant, uh, or a flag if you find some sort of rectangular pattern in here. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to hold personally, but it very well could. But if it doesn't, expect prices to come right back down to this 14-cent lower level. It just all depends on the restructuring of this whole VGX deal. I'm not going to spend too long on VGX either, because it's just kind of, I'm fed up. I'm done with them. I didn't lose any money on Voyager. Luckily, I had withdrawn all my stuff like a week before. King Crimson says, we'll look at Fuse and Atom. All right, let's look at Fuse really quick. Here we go. Fuse token. Okay, here we go. So it looks like the last time I was looking at this, we were kind of seeing a falling wedge, which failed to some extent. We can see that it did try to pop up, but then it ultimately just came crashing right down. When you start to see patterns like this fail, it really goes to show you that, hey, the support is just not there. Things like that. I'm hoping this is um, the right token that I'm looking at, but we'll just have to wait and see. 24X says ICP and Voyager are poop coins. Shame on you, 24X. Shame on you. So this thing has had quite a nice pump. Let's see, unfortunately, the Bittrex chart, okay, is pretty low volume. Let's look at this one here. Yeah, you can definitely see the difference here. Right now, man, I'm kind of seeing a little bit of an Elliott wave theory move to the upside. I don't know if this is a true Elliott wave theory, but it does appear that span 3 to 4 or 2 to 3 is looking, or excuse me, 2 to 3 is looking a little bit longer than span 0 to 1. So it very well could be a Elliott wave impulse to the upside. Look for this thing to come back down to maybe the 0.099-ish cent level for a retest of this 50 moving average. Let's just see here. If this thing does drop down, I'd say 0.09, maybe the 0.08-ish levels. Maybe you could make an argument that you'll see some sort of ABC corrective wave that comes up here. Let's see what we got here. Solstice, I think ICP will 24X from here. Man, I tell you what, we got Bitcoin Renegade in the house. What's up, man? But yeah, ICP, I tell you what, if you go ahead and use their tech and see what they have going on for the bigger picture, it's pretty cool what they're trying to do. I'm not going to lie. They are definitely my proof of stake bet in the long run. So it is what it is. But here we have some sort of a possible channel rising wedge to boot on Fuse. We won't spend too much longer on this. So let's see what else we got. Neo. Let's look at Neo. All right, Neo. Here we go. Let's look at this one. And here is Neo. I mean, man, This looks like an ABCDE corrective wave to me. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. So I'm hoping that Neo can make some sort of a recovery. Looks like this thing's been around since 2017. I'm hoping I'm looking at the right chart. We got Crypto Airborne hopping on in 4 minutes. Okay, we'll see you on board here in 4 minutes. I'd love to talk to you. But right now, we can kind of see another example in time when Neo pulled an A, B, C, D, E corrective wave, respectively, after this glorious pump it had right here. Now, I'm sure that there's some sort of Elliott wave theory in here. We're not going to really dig into it. I'm not saying Neo is about to pump or anything like that. One thing I am interested in, though, the fact that there could be some sort of falling wedge here. But on top of that, there may, in fact, be some sort of Gartley pattern that is forming. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw up the XAB CD pattern just like this. And my goal here is to pinpoint D right at the 127 or 161.8. So I'm just going to run through a little analysis on here. What I'm doing is measuring point A down to point X, and I'm trying to see where C lands. So ideally, I would want C to come up and hit the 61.8 level. So we're not seeing that. I don't think that this Gartley pattern is in the works, but there is a trend line here, and this may in fact be more. I mean, it's kind of tough here. You could make the argument that maybe there's some sort of channel or falling wedge to the downside. Neo is, really testing this 50 moving average. People are buying the dip the last day on this because the candle body is wicking, or the wick is coming down from the candle body. You can tell, folks, I'm a little rusty right now. I haven't talked crypto, candlesticks, all this in like 15 days or 10 days or whenever my last video was that involved TA. I just haven't been looking at charts. Been on vacation. And I got sunburned bad too, by the way. I'm not going to take off my shirt and show you. So I'll spare you guys that. We got any other requests here in the chat, or are we going to just hang this thing up? Going back to Bitcoin, folks. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I do. I think, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I've been on for 35 minutes. I just wanted to kind of pop. Oh, King Crimson says Adam. Okay, we'll look at Adam. There we go. We'll look at Adam. And if Crypto Airborne pops on, we will talk to him, see how he's doing. So here's Adam. Let me know in the comments if this is the right chart. So $9.16 right now. It does look that there was some sort of a rising wedge that really came and hit this here. But right now, this thing has kind of bled with the rest of the crypto markets. We're seeing a lot of these similar patterns throughout the cryptoverse. You know, there could be some sort of Elliott wave theory move to the upside, and we just might be kind of waiting to get, some sort of A, B, C corrective wave to the downside before we move back up. But when we look at Atom on the daily, you know what? It's trying to maintain above this 50 moving average, which is awesome. We are seeing, a little bit of give. So let's just check this out here really quick. So if we look at this, you can see Atom start coming down to this $9.98-ish level, $9.14 level, $7.70 level. I would kind of pay attention to those levels. If we start to see this thing rally again, let's just throw up some Fibonacci extensions here. Man, $12.93, $14.94. Ideally, I would love to see this come up and test the 200 moving average or this 730-day moving average somewhere around the 17, 18 dollar-ish level. We'll look at one more, Ave, and then I'm going to call it because I got a few other things. Dead Man Walking wants Elron, so we'll do E-Gold next. So here's Ave. Man, I think the last time I was doing TA, I probably had, I don't remember when it was, but it's been a while. I was kind of talking about how we had this very nice divide here of support and resistance. It does look like Ave has come down, bounced off this level. We can see a very similar move to the upside. And really, I'm not sure this Elliott wave theory, if it is, it just looks kind of fishy to me. And really, we could see this head and shoulders pattern play out or something like this occur. So, on the daily chart, if this thing can close above this Ichimoku cloud, that's going to be very good. And really, we want price action to really stay above these levels. And this thing's had a tremendous rally in the last month and a half, going from $45 up to $101. Like, that is crazy. So let's look at this just a little bit closer. I'd be looking for this thing. If you're looking for some support and resistance levels, $80, $74, $67, $57 if things get bad. Let's just flip the rolls here quick. And there we go. If we start to see this thing kind of start ripping again, you can see how this is testing the 61.8. It's going to need to get past this $90.98 level, maybe come up to this $118 level, $103-ish level. At that point, if it fails, we would have what is called double tops, which is a bearish pattern to see. We'll do one more, Elron. Oh, we got Crypto Airborne, so welcome to the channel. We'll check out Elron in just a second, but we've got the master player here with us tonight, Crypto Airborne.
What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Good to see you. I was just kind of wrapping up the show, and just kind of running out of things to talk about, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's been an interesting time for crypto right now, man.
Yeah, it's been a crazy day for me. Today's my 7th year wedding anniversary, so I was out in Cape May, New Jersey with the wifey all day. Just got back. I've been, trying to rush to get on just to at least say hi and whatnot. But it was fun today.
Yeah, happy anniversary. How many years?
7.
Oh, 7th. That's right. Okay, that's awesome, man. Yeah, no, that's fun. Did you guys go out to eat and stuff, or?
Yeah, we went to Cape May, New Jersey, and like a lot of the places we went to, it's like was unsatisfying. I don't know, like we went to a couple places and we ordered just like nachos and a drink, and the nachos came out cold, and the cheese was like bland and all. Like I don't know, it was just kind of gross, but it was just good to at least not have the kids with us and spend some time away.
Yeah, so that's nice. You got to drop the kids off. Just do that, man. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's awesome. 7 years.
Dude, it just seems like yesterday we got married. I don't know. Time flies. Yeah. They always say that too.
Especially when you start having the kids.
Oh.
It's like, man, my daughter turns 3 on Friday, and it's like, I don't know where the last 3 or 4 years have gone.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know about you. I'm just exhausted all the time. I'm sure anyone else who's watching who has kids, you're just like tired all the dang time. At least I am, I feel like. Especially when you have 2. Once you get it, like the one's easy, but once you have like a second one, I can't imagine any more kids than having 2. It's just like the one's old enough to like where he understands everything and you can take him out to this like a restaurant. But like the little one that we have now, he's almost 2. He's getting to that point where he can like sit down and sit still, but he's still, you take him somewhere impatient, just like he's got to get up, always moving, always got to be like running around stuff. And I don't know if that's a boy thing too. I'm sure it's different with having a girl or whatever, but it's exhausting.
He's wild and out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I pretty much did today. I don't really know what happened with the crypto markets today. Are we good right now? I missed everything. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's all going to zero. I hate to say it, but it is.
I've been covering Nervos lately. Did you see KB?
Yeah, I did. I did CKB. We'll just kind of touch back on the crypto markets here. I'll share.
Yeah, real quick, I want to point out if you guys haven't seen any of my videos, or I'm sure, I don't know if Six Fig you talked about it, the CK Bull wallet mainnet went live today.
Oh, it is.
I'm going to test some CKB that I have in my crypto.com wallet and send it over to it, and then stake it in the DAO, which is awesome. I think it's like 2.7% right now. So
it's pretty good.
I'm going to send a little bit to see how it works out, and then I'm going to link my CKB miner address straight to that wallet because it's non-custodial. So obviously, with all the crazy stuff going on and keeping everything on exchanges, this is an alternative for people to, not your keys, not your crypto, which you do. You get your seed phrase, everything.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good for at least CKB, and you can also put other assets on there. But I haven't really messed with it. It's like a lot of wrapped coins and whatnot.
Okay. Right. Yeah, that's interesting. I've wanted to check out the CK Bull thing or whatever, and I've been off grid, and I just haven't been able to. It's just been crazy. But we're just gonna go over eGold here. The last time we were looking at eGold, it was kind of squeezing. I had this Gartley pattern out. It didn't quite take place, but we ended up just kind of forming almost. This is kind of just like a borderline symmetrical triangle, or you could even make the case that this could be some sort of ascending triangle for eGold, which we could be getting ready to see this thing start cooking. It just kind of depends on how you interpret this. But I would say that there's a fair argument. It's kind of 50-50 that, you could almost make the argument that there is a little bit of an ascending triangle here, but it is what it is. Really on the daily chart for eGold, we're seeing these, this baseline start trading horizontally like this, and this red line here. I'm waiting for this thing to start arcing upwards, and if that happens along with this baseline, man, we're going to see a nice violent reaction in price. So you can kind of see how once this little red line started arcing up, boom, it was off to the races. So I'm hoping we start to see that, and I'm hoping that eGold will maybe at least rush up to this $123-ish level if it holds. I mean, people are buying the dip today, but it is still a very bearish candle, a big bearish engulfing candle, to say the least. But you can kind of see where prices during the session have come down to the $50-ish level, and they're buying it back up to around that $52-ish level. We'll just have to see where this candle closes. But
you got an inverse head and shoulders right there, right? Looks like.
I would say that it probably lacks a clean neckline to some extent. I mean, ideally, were you thinking like something like this, or?
No, you got the left shoulder right there.
Right here?
Right there. Yeah. And then the head. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I told you I'm still trying to get my TA in, but that's initially right when I look at that looks like an inverse head and shoulders.
It could
potential breakout.
I would like to see this neckline just a hair cleaner. I'd like to see this part here up here. Okay. So I would like to see this neckline straight across. Now, if we went like this, we might see something like that occur. But right now, this is just like I was kind of telling everybody earlier. I was like, this is just some weird ass choppiness right now. So, I mean, right now on the daily chart, eGold price can't get above and hold above this 50 moving average. That's a problem. So I'm hoping that it can sneak through this thin part of the Ichimoku cloud. We just have to wait and see. It just is what it is. Let's throw up a little time sequence too. See when we can expect maybe this market to kind of move. Not really liking that. Let's do this once. Let's measure from this swing low up to this swing high. See if anything happens. Nothing. But you can tell it's pretty concrete because right here the price completely broke down. Let's go ahead and measure this swing high, swing low to this swing high. Again, nothing there. So we're not really seeing like anything too crazy indicating anything.
Yeah.
Maybe August 22nd.
There's a lot of macro stuff going on this week. I don't know if you touched on any of that with earnings from a lot of the big companies. Tomorrow we got Microsoft. Wednesday you got Meta, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday you got Amazon, Apple. So you got that going on. You got GDP on Thursday. Wednesday you got CPI, I believe, is going on. So there's a lot of different things that could push the market. But we already know if we're in recession, we had 2 quarters of negative things going on. So
yeah,
it's like they always say everything's priced in. 75 basis points is what everyone's expecting. Worst case 100, which is pretty bad, but everyone already thinks that the market's priced in at 75 basis points for what's going on. But I don't know. I'm curious.
We'll see, man. It's gonna get real wild real quick. I just have this feeling like with Bitcoin, I was kind of telling everybody, be careful. Really, let's just look at this back on the weekly chart. There's still some room for this to kind of fall back down. And I was kind of telling everybody that. Bear with me 1 second here. Right now, we're kind of sitting at around this 127-ish level on the retracement side of things. Symmetrical triangle usually indicates that, the previous trend will continue. The biggest thing is, I'm looking to see if we reject at this 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin, we're going to see the price stumble back down. And this would be an ABCDE corrective wave. And so I think that it's likely that we could see it come down to this 141% level, or I hate to say it, right around the $5,000 Bitcoin. Insane to even think about that again, but it happened before. But the one thing that I'd like about this current setup is that, it seems to be, it seems to be kind of correlating to previous price action. And really, when we look at this Fibonacci, this Fibonacci retracement, we can see that this 127% was a line of previous resistance for these all-time highs. And the 141 is kind of right along this, these previous highs in 2019, right before the coronavirus thing crashed. I'm hoping that we don't see these levels, man. But it could happen. With everything that's happening,
there would need to be like another black swan event or something crazy, like World War III breakout, something crazy to happen. I don't know. I could be totally wrong with everything that's happened the last 2.5 years. I wouldn't be surprised if anything crazy happens, but with what's going on now, I think inflation's going to subside a little bit. The numbers will be a little bit better. I at least see maybe at least a short-term relief rally here, just like the previous bull run. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be nice. And it would be nice to see new all-time highs soon. But, I'm just kind of looking at this going, people talking about that $10,000 Bitcoin. I'm thinking like 12,900, 12,500. That may in fact be a point to get interested in. You can see some sort of inverse head and shoulders like this, some sort of inverse head and shoulders like this occur. We just don't know until we see what happens here. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So I thank you for hopping on Crypto Airborne. Do you got any last parting words for the 13 people watching?
No, I'm exhausted. Like I said, I've been drinking, day drinking today. So
Nice.
that, and then we came home, had to give the kids a shower and whatnot, and I'm exhausted. So I'm probably gonna just catch up on some YouTube videos and then head to bed. And tomorrow I gotta wake up early and gotta get the wife's car fixed. And then Wednesday, actually, I'm going to a crypto conference
Oh,
in
nice.
Arlington, Virginia. So
Really?
it's called Veterans and Digital Assets. It's a free event at the Arlington Golf Country Club, I believe. So it's a Web3 thing. It's like a basic intro to crypto, blockchain, Web3, big networking event. It's free if you're a veteran. So I'll be at that on Wednesday from 9 till 2:30 in the afternoon. So if you guys
Cool.
are in that area, you want to meet up, let me know. I'd be happy to meet up afterwards or even at the event and grab a beer or something, because I'm meeting up with another guy friend afterwards, and we're just gonna go to a brewery or something. But yeah, I got a pretty busy next couple days, but it seems pretty fun. I haven't
Yeah.
been to an actual crypto conference, I don't think, but there's gonna be some big speakers there, people from that work at the Pentagon about regulation and stuff. I think SBF, Sam Bankman from FTX, he followed that group that I'm in now because I'm in their Discord and whatnot. And there's a lot of chatter going on, but yeah, it should be a pretty fun event. So I'm looking forward to
Interesting.
that.
Yeah. You'll have to vlog it or something.
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Just get that GH5 rolling, man. Just
I'll literally
camera.
be the only person there because the guy that started the
I'm here reporting live.
yeah. Yeah, the guy that I think's putting together the event reached out to me on Twitter, and he's like, "Hey, did you join our Discord? We'd love to have you and whatnot." So I've been talking to him and whatnot. And there's a lot of other crypto blockchain companies that are going to be there. So I don't know. I'll keep you guys
Cool.
posted about that, but it
That's
should be a
sick.
good Wednesday for me.
Yeah, I've been waiting to go to my first crypto conference too, and just haven't had the time. So if there's
Yeah,
anything going on like the next couple of months, I might try to book
yeah.
like a quick flight to somewhere.
There's something in August going on,
Hmm.
and I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's like an NFT conference. I don't know if it's in Vegas or something,
Okay.
but yeah, if anyone knows that of any conferences going on, I'd love to meet up and do something. It's cool to like meet up with people.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What all
Yeah.
right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, the TA, and I will be resuming regular videos and stuff like that probably tomorrow and starting Wednesday super hardcore. So with that said, we'll see you guys all on the next video.
See you guys
Crypto Airborne out.
out.